Hi everyone, I've got these two small journals to do a flip through with you. This one was made a long time ago and I forgot about it. I had I started reorganizing my space and finally found it, so I decided that it's about time to use it. It was made from corrugated cardboard. That's the cover. I've got here two tags that I used for the closure with some embroidery thread, and the pages here in the journal were made with this kind of envelopes. I'm going to while I'll flip through, I will show you how there is one page that you can see the envelope. I just got them, I don't remember where, and I wanted to use them, and that's how I created this journal. On top of the corrugated cardboard, there is a scrunched up tissue paper that I also stamped. You can hardly see it, but it's in the little details in the back, and afterwards I just worked on it with all kinds of browns and a little bit of bronze, and that's it. So small journals mostly I use for leftover paper napkins, leftover painty papers, whatever I've got on hand, that's what's going in. So that's mostly what I've done. Paper napkins, some stamps here. This is from another paper napkin, the bird. All kinds of stuff, washi tape. The background is a paper napkin. This is a drawing I've done on a dictionary page. More washi tape. This was I found this, I don't even remember where, in some kind of either magazine or an old book. A paper napkin, a doily that I dyed with, I think this was with brushos. Here is the, underneath the metallic paint, that's the paper, the envelopes with, like, I don't know, craft paper for that matter. So I just stenciled these two. The butterfly is from a paper napkin. I've got some more stenciling in the back with some metallic paint, and this is some stamping. Paper napkin, some stamping, and acrylic paint. Very easy. Again, leftover paper napkins. I had this image from I think one of those free printables, like Free Pick or something like that. So I used it here. This is just a stamp that I used in the background. These two bees, I've made them. You can find them on my website in the freebies. It's a free printable that you can use. So just acrylic paint, and I've done this hexagons, I think, and the two bees. Leftover paper napkin and just me doodling around. Paper napkin in the background. The black and white, let's say doodling or Zentangle, again, can be found in my website in the freebies section. I don't remember what this is, if I drew it or whatever, and this image was from a coloring book. Here I just really had fun with markers, and that's it. Nothing else, just markers, and I had fun with it. A gesso in the back, markers, just making a wavy lines that intersected, and then I colored inside some round objects to make this white circles, and the flowers are from a stencil. Leftover pieces of painty paper and all kinds of other designer paper, and that's something that I made on dictionary page. And fussy cut. I had this from some kind of a wrapping paper, and I had this painty paper that I really wanted to use, and that's it. As you can see, no focal point, just having fun with leftovers. Background is, well, a wipe up paper, where I use leftover paint and clean all kinds of stuff. I cleaned stencils that had watercolors on them, so it became very interesting as the more I cleaned things on top of it. And that's the background, and this is just a stencil in the foreground. Okay, so I had this image from a coloring book. Had fun coloring it, and the background is just white gesso, me making circles, and I just colored them with highlighters. I think even the whale is colored with highlighters, so very simple. And here you can see the color of the envelopes. Leftover paper napkins, more leftover paper napkins, and more. Just having fun putting all kinds of pieces together. So this and this is from a paper napkin. In the back I've got some stamps, and this dragonfly I bought. Acrylic paint in the back. I've made this with a glitter glue and colored with watercolors. Then I went on top of it with a gold pen, and leftover paper napkins on top of some book page, and that's that. So that's one of the journals. This one is just on black Bristol paper. This front, I've made this like almost 10 years ago, and it was just laying around someplace, and I decided to make it the front of the cover. So I don't even remember what I've done. I just had fun with it. I think I glued this. It's from some kind of painty paper, and I've got some stamping here, all kinds of stuff. Stenciling in the back, some pieces from a coloring book, a tag that I made and found a home here. Again, all kinds of pieces that I had left from other projects. So stenciling in the back, this was left from something else, and some leftover from another painty paper. Stenciling in the back, this I've done just with a metallic marker. This flower started with a stencil, and then I went and used the same marker just to connect the pieces to create this. Very simple. Two different stencils. I had this printed from, again, either Free Peak or one of those sites. It originally was in color. I've played with it in my Photoshop. I also changed all kinds of stuff so it would be more dramatic. So that's that. Very simple. Stenciling in the back, some flowers I had, and I colored them with a nail polish. This glittery thing is nail polish. I had this from another leftover from another project. Here on top of the black I've got tissue paper that all these letters, I'll bring it a little bit closer. I've put the tissue paper on top of the stencil, like this stencil of all these words, and I scraped a white oil pastel on top, and that's how I got this interesting pattern. Washi tape, this was I don't know, I printed it from somewhere, colored it, and that's the focal point. And here I just took a gold marker and colored some of the letters I've got in the back, just so it will correspond with this. Some kind of a daily paper that I used with sprays and silicone, not trivet, yeah, trivet, that I have just sprayed them, printed them all around. And again, this was printed from some free printable site. I used it to create some drawing that I've made later on, but I didn't want to waste the print, so I fussy cut it and it found a home here. Very simple. I just made those blobs or circles, whatever you want to call them, all around with just metallic marker, and this was printed from some website. Again, just because I printed it, so I will do some my own kind of flowers inspired by this, and I didn't want to waste the print. The paper, and this is just a paper I've made a long time ago. I've made this marbling effect with shaving cream and acrylic paint. I'm never gone and done it again since then because it's messy and it's smelly, but I wanted to finally use this paper, and that's the back. So this is it. That's my 2 journals. I hope you'll get inspired and do your own thing. So thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.